Hello and welcome to Full Send Broadcast Network, here tonight with the Southern Excitement Racing League Next Gen Series, here from Texas Motor Speedway in the Lone Star State. Tonight these drivers will be running around here for 125 laps, battling hard with each other with a package that creates super speedway racing. Tonight joining me in the booth I have Justin Hutchinson with me. How you doing tonight, Justin?
Oh, great as always, Jacob. Always good to be here with you.
All right, so why don't we break down what we have to look forward to here in the race with some full send fast facts here. This track is a 1.5 mile track. The weather right now is 78 degrees, 55% humidity, partly cloudy with 2-mile-an-hour winds. The track temperature is 111 degrees. They're going to be going around this track 125 times with a stage at lap 55. At the end of the stage, they're going to award the stage winner with 10 points and 10th place with 1 point. They have 4 sets of tires. That's including the set of tires they qualify on. And 1 fast repair tonight. And one thing we have to look forward to here at Texas is the wall coming at you pretty quickly there out of turn 2. And how loose you're getting right there from the transition out of the corner onto the straightaway out of turn 4. There's a pretty big bump that makes you get loose right there. And
Yeah, it's a little tricky there when you enter the tri-oval off the corner, carrying all that speed.
for some reason the camera has quit working.
It's got a few cars on the track at the moment.
Sorry about the technical difficulty here, folks. Let me see what's going on here. Racing, believe it figured out now. See if I can get over to a car here. There we go. Let me get the broadcast put back up here. iRacing tends to do that sometimes.
It's got Isaac Singleton with his first lap now at a 30.44.
You're correct there, Justin. Justin Michael in the chat there. I did forget to change the name on the heading to Texas Motor Speedway. Sorry about that. Good catch, though. As we're following along here with Joey Doucette in that 11 machine on his qualifying time here. Coming to take his first lap. First lap's going to put him P9 with a 30.52. Lucas Hoitzma right now is your current pole sitter with a 30.16.
Yeah, I think as close as all these cars are going to be on the track together, that fast repair is going to be real critical tonight. It's going to be pack racing predominantly.
Absolutely, yeah. As we see on the leaderboard there, Dakota Camper in that 3 machine taking it to P1 right now with a 30.15, beating out Hoitzma by 1/100th of a second so far. Follow along with that 3 car and see if he's able to get a better second lap here.
Yeah, mine actually is showing them with the exact same lap time.
Oh, yes. He actually beat him by 1/1000th. Dakota Camper with a 31.59. Lucas Hoitzma with a 31.60. Follow along here with Matt Crockett as he takes his first lap. Going to put him P7 with a 30.27.
A little bit better there on the second lap. Going to put him in 5th.
Yes, it will with a 30.22. Let's go check out the 44 here of Chris Gomes. Coming around on the second lap here. First lap was a 30.47. He will beat that lap with a 30.28. That's going to put him P9. With about 5 minutes left to go in qualifying here. Don McMillan Jr. coming across the line on the second lap there. Oh my gosh, coming up there and taking the top spot from Dakota Camper with that 51 machine there, putting down a 30.122. Right now, John McMillan Jr. is your current pole sitter. Dustin Matson right now finishing up his second lap. Will he have an answer for that? He will not. That's going to put him P4 with a 30.16. Andrew Rattel finishing up his qualifying run with a 30.33.
And these cars are really under a blanket within half a second of each other. First and 20th right now.
Yes, they are. And right now, Marshall James Jr. coming across the line for his first lap. P16 with a 30.34.
Justin Michael out there warming that car up.
Marshall James Jr. coming across the line for his second lap there. He's going to better his lap time. That's going to put him up to P14. Go check in with that 87 car of Justin Michael. Coming around for his first lap. I believe that's to take the green flag on his qualifying run. Gonna run that high line, warming them tires up so it'll stick a little bit better on that second lap. Right up there up against the wall in them marbles. Look for this second lap for him to drop down to that inside line and not let up off of it. Just like that right there, right on that white line. Staying as close to it as possible. Yeah, like you said, Justin, all these cars, especially the top 5 there, all just within a couple hundredths of each other.
Yeah, we're going to see some real exciting racing as Michael gets a 30.201 and puts him in P6 to start the race.
Christopher Howell in that 88 machine there. Coming across the line for his second lap. He will go to P5 with a 30.17.
I think as of right now, well, there he is right now, Jeff Burke, your final qualifier here tonight.
Coming out there with just enough time to do 2 laps. Run that high line here through 3 and 4 to get that car wound up as much as possible. See where that's going to put him here on the starting lineup. Taking the green flag, going to use that same strategy as several other drivers. Run that high line on the first lap, get the tires nice and warm. Coming across the line for the first lap. A little bit of a bobble looked like there in the middle of 1 and 2.
Yeah, he's moving right now.
Definitely looking fast. 3 and 4 looks really good, holding it down on that white line through 3 and 4. Let's see what this lap gets him. Across the line. E5 with a 30.171. Jeff Mark going to start the race in the 5th position. Right now with about 5 seconds left in qualifying, as soon as qualifying time runs out, we'll show you the official starting lineup here tonight for your Southern Excitement Racing League Next Gen Series. Race is going to grid. Let's bring you the official starting lineup here tonight, Texas Motor Speedway. In first, you have John McMillan Jr. in that 51 machine, bringing in the pole with a 30.122. In second, Dakota Camper. Third, Lucas Hoitzma. Fourth, Dustin Matson. And fifth, Jeff Merck.
Christopher House 6th, Ronnie Osmer 7th, Justin Michael 8th, Mark True 9th, Matt Crockett 10th.
And 11th, you got Matt Goodell. 12th, Bill Stringfellow. And 13th, Josh Anderson. 14th, Chris Gomes. And 15th, Jonathan Cogswell.
Blake Giglio 16th, Marshall James Jr. 17th, Andrew Rattel 18th, Jason Clark 19th, Daniel Stein 20th.
And 21st, you got Isaac Singleton. 22nd, John McMillan Sr. And 23rd, Drew Prohl. And 24th, Eli Raposo. And in 25th, rounding out the field, is Joey Doucette. And that is your official starting lineup here tonight in the Southern Excitement Racing League Next Gen Series here from Texas Motor Speedway. Sure to be a fantastic race here tonight. Got some heavy hitters there starting up towards the front, waiting for the pace car to roll off pit road.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of drafting and pack racing. It's going to be interesting to see which line actually dominates early on in the race as the track changes. Got 125 laps here tonight.
And it looks like Isaac Singleton will miss the start. He will have to start from pit road after they take the green flag.
They had to change the spark plugs.
So who's your pick tonight, Justin?
Looked like Christopher Howe there in that 88. Started 7th. You're gonna have to watch out for him tonight.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with probably Lucas Hoitzma in that 97 machine. Been showing a lot of speed here in these next gen cars, and looking to try to maybe get it done here tonight.
I think really staying out of trouble is going to be the main thing in this tight racing quarters they have here.
Absolutely. Lights are out on the pace car, meaning they're going to be going green this time by. Pace car makes that hard left turn. Flagman holding them up. Green flag is out here in the Lone Star State. Let's go racing here tonight. John McMillan Jr., great start. Lucas Hoitzma right all over his back bumper. Rest of the field 2 by 2. Hoitzma already going to the inside of John McMillan Jr. to take that lead. He's going to clear him.
He's got a little help right there behind him, too. Oh, we have a yellow big spin right here at the start-finish line.
Caution comes out.
It's that tight pack racing we talked about there.
Go back here and see if we can find out what happened. We're looking at Matt Crockett here in that 15 machine. He's the purple and white car you see in the middle. Oh, it looks like him in the 7. I believe that's Josh Anderson. Got together right there and caused a little bit of a pileup.
It's really tricky right there in that trioval once you exit the corner.
Absolutely, yeah. Let's take a look at that one more time.
It just gets real narrow right there, it seems.
And we'll try to slow it down for y'all so we can see what's happening a lot better. We have it slowed down here. Anderson comes up just a little bit, enough to catch the quarter panel of Crockett. That's going to collect the 83 of Bill Stringfellow and the 1 of Marshall James Jr., the 16 of Blake Giglio, and it looked like maybe the 44, Chris Goins, might have got a piece of that, but if he did, it couldn't have been too much.
It's hard to tell, too, if it was a lot of damage there for Bill Stringfellow in that 83 as he hit it pretty much head on.
See Matt Crockett on pit road there, getting that 15 machine work done. And we spoke a little bit about this last night for Matt Crockett in the truck series. Just seems like luck never really goes his way so far this season in both series, the truck series and the next gen series. He just seems to be caught up in something and kind of takes him out of contention. But luckily he has a fast repair here. Have to find out if he's going to use it. Doesn't look like he is. Maybe trying to save it for later on in the race.
Yeah, with this much distance left in this race, there's no way I'd want to use a fast repair this early, but of course if you got extensive damage, you have no choice there to do that.
Absolutely, yeah. And pretty early for a caution here tonight. But if we go back to when the truck series was here at Texas, a lot of tempers seem to flare out from a lot of these drivers, and frustrations kind of boiled over. But they did put on one heck of a show that night. And it's looking like they're gonna not be any less aggressive here in the next gen series, running for that race win.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have a great battle here tonight. You can see by qualifying how close the times were, and that's just gonna be even closer here on the track as they draft and pull up to each other on the straightaways, entering the corners. It's just gonna be a lot of racing. I hope they keep it clean though. You know, some of these guys back here in the back can make it back up, that they just got in that early incident there.
Yeah, and right now Lucas Hoitzma is your current leader. Lights are out on the pace car. Going green this time by. With Jeff Merck in that 60 machine, starting to the outside of Hoitzma, already up 3 spots from the start of this race and the couple of laps they ran. goes the pace car making that hard left turn. Go back to the flag man here. Green flag is out. We're doing it again here at Texas Motor Speedway.
Looks like Jeff Merck got a pretty good restart there on the outside of Lucas Hoytsma.
Yes, he did. He's right there on his door trying to throw a little bit of air on that spoiler. But the 51 of John McMillan Jr. going to push Hoytsma out to the lead. There's McMillan Jr. to the inside, looking to take that lead back.
Justin Michaels done moved up 6 spots now, and he's on the back bumper of John McMillan Jr. looking for the lead. And he
turns him.
Pedal. Oh, wow.
Holy cow, what a wheel man right there for the 51 of John McMillan Jr. Able to loop it around and not collect anybody. Grabs a gear and keeps it going. Makes you wonder if there's already some bad blood going on there. Those of you just now tuning in, you're watching Full Send Broadcast Network, showing you the Southern Excitement Racing League Next Gen Series here from Texas Motor Speedway, and it's already been a wild one here tonight so far. Let's go back and see what exactly happened there. See the 51 right there, the 87 right behind him. '87 goes to the inside. McMillan Jr. comes down trying to block. Almost collects a couple of cars, but all these drivers are so talented in being able to avoid McMillan Jr. there spinning in the middle of the track. Let's ride along with Jonathan Cogswell as all this began to happen. Riding along with Cogswell in the 27 machine. See the leaders up there. That happened so fast, it didn't even have time to even crack the throttle.
Yeah, just a great job there by everyone, really avoiding John McMillan Jr. spinning. Tough for McMillan Jr. I mean, he was leading this thing. He just assumed the lead, and it looked like a battle, not really a block, kind of like, you know, going for the same spot a little bit.
Yeah, it looked just more like a racing incident, fighting over the same real estate. Maybe McMillan Jr. didn't realize that Justin Michael was already there a little bit, and was maybe just trying to run his line, thinking Michael was still right behind him. That's all it takes in these cars, is just a few inches of a bumper to spin you around. Doesn't look like any damage to either of those cars either.
I'm pretty sure John's going to come in and take some tires, get all that debris off there probably.
The Isaac Singleton on pit road. There he goes. He's going to get that 95 machine rolling off of there. Matt Crockett currently 3 laps down back there. He was involved in that first caution. Already a start to a rough night for him.
Some drivers that were on the lead lap that did pit, so they might be looking to stretch it to that stage and pit.
Yeah, the there was looked like there's 3 drivers that pitted this time by. That was the 11 of Joey Doucette, the 1 of Marshall James Jr., and the 95 of Isaac Singleton.
I'm not sure the fuel window in these next gen cars. I would assume it'd be around the same, about 35 laps at a 1.5-mile track.
And you wouldn't think that this track would be that technical of a track, especially with these next gen cars being mostly wide open. But it's proving that it's pretty technical, given that you're that close in proximity to other cars. Just one little slip up, and you can find yourself facing the wrong direction.
Yeah, and I've actually drove these cars not much though. I'm really new to them, but I feel like the air in these cars really affect, how the car is going to move around. Once you get up to somebody, it's not as easy as it was to pass them once you get to them.
Yeah, there's a lot of aero blocking, as they call it, involved with these cars, along with the side draft. The side draft aspect of these this package on these cars, it's extreme. You can actually hear the other person's motor bog down when you dump air on their rear spoiler, and you can watch them. It's almost like they hit a brick wall and lose 10 mile an hour almost.
So we tighten up here, about to go green again for our second caution tonight.
Waiting for that pace car to make that hard left turn. There it goes. Green flag is back out. Justin Michael with a great restart there.
And that was a huge restart there by Michael. I'm not sure if he jumped it or he just timed it perfectly, but that was a great restart.
I believe they run the initial start on the green flag, and the rest of the starts are on the leader. Right now, the 55 of Ronnie Osmer up there on the back, all over the back bumper of the 87 of Justin Michael. Looking to potentially try to get around him. A little bit of a bump there.
Yeah, that shows you just how fast these cars catch up to the ones in front of him. Michael had about a 3-car lead there, and right down the backstretch, the other ones are right there on his bumper, and Osmer's on the outside now trying to take the lead over.
And there's that side draft we were talking about earlier. Justin Michael come up, dumped a little bit of air on the spoiler of that 55, and it just dropped him way back, broke all the momentum down the straightaway. And that's allowed Dakota Camper to sneak up there in the second spot, along with Jeff Merck in the third spot.
Yeah, Dakota, he started there in second. He's been pretty quiet so far, and now he's back up here looking for the lead again.
And we see back here a whole gaggle of cars in the second pack. I don't know if
just noticed how far broke apart they were. I'm just wondering if something happened to where they had to check up. And
that could be a possibility.
They're very separated right now.
Dakota Camper pushed up to the high side there. Trying to side draft. Oh, look, we're going 3 wide for a second. 55 of Osmer had to back out of it.
Great battle here for second. That's what Justin Michael wants to see in his rearview mirror. Side-by-side racing behind him.
Yeah, let's ride along with the 97 of Lucas Hoitzma.
Ooh. Camper and Merck almost touched there. It gets so tight right there in that triangle, I tell you.
Yes, it does. It gets super tight.
I think it's just the speed that, the cars carry through there.
A lot of jockeying for position here.
Osmer all over the back bumper of Dakota Camper there. just sends him down into the corner. Camper and Michael have separated by about 2 car lengths. If this second pack can get single file, then they could catch this front pack that's running too wide.
Yeah, because they're getting pretty racy for third on back. That's allowed.
Second pack has filed in.
That's allowed for Camper and Michael to stretch it out a little bit.
Good bounce back for Bill Stringfellow right now, back up to where he started after that early wreck.
Osmer able to break away from the 2 wide, and he's going to be catching back up with the 3 and 87 there.
Yeah, the second pack's really not helping themselves right now, running too wide. They got to go single file if they want to catch these other cars in front of them. Three wide back here for about 20th.
Looks like the top 11 single file here.
Michael looking to the inside of Ronnie Osmer out of turn number 2.
Dakota Camper's taking over that lead spot, but not able to break away. Osmer all over Dakota Camper's back bumper.
Yeah, I just don't see really anyone gonna break away here as the packages on these next gen cars are. You're really gonna have to do it under a green flag pit stop if you want to separate yourself.
Absolutely, yeah, and still hope that you have someone to draft with. These cars are so draft dependent. As we see Justin Michael going by Ronnie Osmer for the second spot. As we look back off the back bumper of Dakota Camper, looking back at Justin Michael. Fantastic shot here as they come down the back stretch. Michael looking to the inside. Camper going to lead that lap. As we've completed 25 laps here tonight of 125 scheduled laps.
Yeah, I think when you get help there on that bottom lane, it's just going to allow that car in third to push that second place driver around the leader.
Absolutely, yeah. Lucas Hoytsma going up. Looked like he was going to try to help Dakota Camper in the 3, decides not to. Going to give the 3 some room to Dip back in line as we are 3 wide here. .38 of Matt Goodell thinks better of it, backs out. We have a battle for the lead again. Jeff Mert to the inside of Justin Michael. Don't look now. Here comes that 6 of Dustin Matson. Last night's winner in the truck series. Looking to sweep the weekend here.
I feel like this whole front pack is tightened up even more. We're probably going to see some double file racing here in just a moment.
Especially once we get closer to the end of the stage at lap 55. Let's crank it up for a few laps. Justin Michael still your leader right now over the 6 of Dustin Matson as we've completed 34 laps here tonight. For those of you tuning in, we appreciate you stopping by here on Full Send Broadcast Network, showing you the Southern Excitement Racing League Next Gen Series from the Lone Star State at Texas Motor Speedway. Looks like the top 4 here have broke themselves away. But now that they're back battling again as we see Dustin Matson going for the lead. Almost a little bit of contact there. Justin Michael leads that lap by a few inches. That's going to allow this second pack to catch back up to him. Ronnie Osmer tucking in behind Dustin Matson, giving him a huge shove as they cross the line. That's going to push the 6 out to the lead.
Yeah, that front pack really battling it out like this is going to allow that second pack to close in a lot faster than they were.
That second pack, you see them lined up, single file. We go back here and look at the lap time history. That time by, or the last 2 laps, that second pack has been faster than the lead pack. Three wide looks like for the lead here. They cycle it back out, get back single file as Ronnie Osmer assumes the lead.
Yeah, I think they're really battling for track position here. Not sure the fuel window. They might have to pit before the stage end. As we do always stay green here once the stage is complete.
Justin Michael fighting back to the inside, reassuming the lead from Ronnie Osmer. We go back here and check on the man running 14th. Don McMillan Jr., he was your pole sitter and leader that got spun out earlier tonight. Doesn't look like he's been able to gain that many positions back since we went back green. Frustrating night for him so far, being marred back in traffic.
I think somewhere on that last restart, there might have been a little check up there that caused the 2 packs to form that early. That really did not help John McMillan Jr., as you said.
See here, it looks like that second pack may be back in the draft of the lead 4.
And I think once the lead 4 see them in their rear view like that, they quit running each other so hard now. So we've got about 13 laps here until we have a stage winner.
Ronnie Osmer putting on a good performance here tonight, running in that second spot, up 5 spots from the start of the race. Looking pretty fast.
Yeah, I've been watching Jeff Merck there in that 60 machine. He's just kind of, you know, following right behind these 3 leaders, and I think he's coming down pit road now as I talk about it.
Yes, he is. Green flag stops, already cycling through. Looked pretty fast getting on pit road as we have a whole slew of cars coming down pit road right now.
I was going to say, I was wondering really about his strategy, if he was just trying to save his tires a little bit right behind them, or maybe he was just trying to short pit them like he just did.
We have Merck, Hoytsma, True, Gones, McMillan Jr., Rattel, Stein, McMillan Sr., all on pit road right now. Here comes Justin Michael and Ronnie Osmer.
Michael checks it up really hard. Smoke come out. Just make sure you don't speed here. You cannot make up a penalty under green here.
No, you can't. As that's going to cycle Dustin Matson to the lead and Jonathan Cogswell up to second. And Joey Doucette up to third as we see Dustin Matson coming in. Here comes Cogswell. Pretty sure Doucette's going to follow suit.
Got Bill Stringfellow also on pit road trying to make some ground up there.
Joey Doucette's going to stay out. Maybe looking for a caution to get some track position.
It's Camper, Howland, Stringfellow, and Matthew Goodell all exit pit road here on the back stretch.
Makes me wonder, though. I know Joey Doucette's been kind of running there towards the back.
Looks
beginning to wonder if maybe he was saving fuel.
He's back on pit road. He must have sped down pit road there. He locked the tires up. He's going to be mired back in around 20th position.
Yeah, several laps down. He's already 2, looking to go 3 laps down now.
It's not good for one of your favorites here at Texas.
I'm beginning to wonder, though, like I said earlier, if Joey Doucette in that 11 machine saved fuel to maybe make it to the end of the stage and nab a bunch of stage points here.
As Isaac Singleton pits in, Joey Doucette will be the only remaining driver yet to make that stop here, revving in the lap 40s. That's a big stretch. I don't, like I said, I don't know the fuel mileage in these cars, so if he can do it, man, that's a good strategy.
Looks like he's signaling he's coming down pit road by coming down low like that on the straightaway. We'll have to see here. Looks like he is going to come down pit road this time by.
It's going to put Ronnie Osmer as your leader. So now we're going to see him a little spread out. Have some lap cars to deal with.
Yeah, Ronnie Osmer right now going to have about a second lead over Jeff Merck in the 60.
Yeah, Jeff's got to work his way around this lap car here. That's the good thing about being a leader. When you got lap traffic, you just have to pass them at the best point possible and just hope your opponent doesn't.
Absolutely, yeah.
For every car you pass, you have a buffer.
As green flag stops have cycled all the way through, Ronnie Osmer has assumed the lead. Justin Michael, who was your leader, sitting all the way back in 20th now after having a pit road speeding penalty. Tough break for that camp right there after having a fast car so far tonight.
That hurts right before the stage too. He had locked in good stage points. Just a mistake there. About 3 laps here left in the stage. One of the biggest movers right now, the 27 on Jonathan Cogswell there, started in 15th, is up to 6th place, having a good run tonight.
Yeah, up 9 spots, yeah. And Ronnie Osmer up 6 spots from the beginning of this race, your current leader.
That's a huge battle really right here for 5th, 6th, and 7th. We got 8th right there too with Chris Goins. Oh, we got a yellow flag. Car hard in the wall. Christopher Howe. Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh. Let's go back and see what happened right there. You see Christopher Howell. There's that black or that blue, red, and white machine. 51 coming around. Oh, it just looked like the 88 did not know that the 51 was there. Oh my gosh.
It's not good for John McMillan Jr. again, getting a little damage there.
Let's ride along with John McMillan Jr. as that happened. See it from his vantage point. He has a run right here. He goes up to the high side. Christopher Howell just comes right up in front of him. Tough break for John McMillan Jr. being involved in the second accident tonight. Ronnie Osmer is your current leader. And it looks like Ronnie Osmer is your stage winner. And it looks like the top 10 as they stand is Ronnie Osmer's the winner. Dustin Matson in second. Lucas Hoitzma in third. Cogswell in fourth. Dakota Camper in fifth. Sixth was Mark Truce. Seventh, Bill Stringfellow. Eighth, John McMillan Jr. Ninth, Matt Goodell. And 10th, Daniel Stein. And those are your stage point earners here in this stage after the conclusion of lap 55.
I think you might see a few of these drivers here that pitted, around lap 41, the early 40s, maybe come down and grab some more fuel. New set of tires, possibly.
Osmer. Oh, okay. He's going to try to fake him out there.
McMillan Jr. is the first taker with Justin Michael, Matt Crockett. So your first taker was actually Osmer did come in. Yeah, Osmer came in and topped it off.
Yes, he did. Ronnie Osmer, total pit lane time of a 34.6. Dustin Matson with a 34.9.
He faked us out. I think about 35 laps around in there is about right with the fuel window. So I guess these guys right here are looking for one more stop tonight. Back here in about 9th on back, you got around 10 lap fresher tires. It's going to be interesting to see how these drivers work their way up through these older tires.
Absolutely, yeah. And looks like Chris Gomes in the 44 looks like he's going to be the first one with fresh tires, possibly. No, Chris Gomes looks he might have just took fuel or just right sides. Andrew Rattell in that 5 is going to be the first car with fresh tires.
I think it's Jeff Berg. Did lap 55.
Yes, Jeff Merck is. Yeah, okay. Yes, Jeff Merck. So Jeff Merck in that 60 is the first car with fresh tires out here It'll be interesting to see him try to weave his way up through the field here and see if fresh tires actually make a big difference here.
And another one to look out for is Jonathan Cogswell there on this restart here, starting in second. 13 spots up right now.
Pace car makes that hard turn. Green
Huge
flag is
start.
back out.
Looks like Jonathan Cogswell may have missed a shift there on the start.
That's going to allow for a huge run by the 3 of Dakota Camper.
Yeah, they're going to pull right back up to Hoytsma here, probably as soon as they get to the trial. Huge run on the bottom there with Bill Stringfellow in that 83.
That inside line is moving right now. See back there that in the 6th spot, the 60 of not Bill, but Jeff Mert taking it 3 wide on the corner of on the exit of corner 2. Still 3 wide down the backstretch as they enter turn 3. Oh, as we got the 78 in the wall.
Oh, wow.
78 brushed the wall pretty hard.
Yeah, that was a hard hit. I'm sure he's got some steering issues right now as we're still 3 wide right here, exiting turn number 2. Matthew Goodell, Ronnie Osborne, Christopher Howe.
'78 of Daniel Stein falling all the way back to 17th after being put in the wall. We have a battle for the lead here. Dakota Camper to the high side of Lucas Hoytsma. But look who's right there behind Hoytsma, taking it 3 wide. Jeff Merck in the 60, going for the lead with them fresh tires.
Don't move up, hold it. Camper coming down the side draft Hoytsma a little bit. It's getting tight off this corner. In the tri-oval at the line, it's going to be Camper.
Still 3 wide for
Jeff
a whole
Burke with
lap
a
here.
huge run down there on the bottom. He just dug it down in there and off to a 2-car length lead.
Well, Justin, I'd have to say fresh tires are definitely your best friend.
Oh yeah, it didn't take him no time to get up there, and he got.
Oh, we have a huge wreck.
Oh, wow, I seen a car go airborne there.
It looks like John McMillan Jr. was involved in that. We'll have to go back and see what happened here. Following along with John McMillan Jr. in the middle of your screen there.
Yeah, I think I have him right in front of him there between the it was John McMillan Sr. and Christopher Howe, maybe.
See here. In the 75 and the 88, yeah, they do make contact. Turns the 88 of Howell right in front of the 51 of John McMillan Jr. Hard hit for the 75 of John McMillan Sr. Hard into that outside wall. Tough break for some of these drivers here. As Josh Anderson's got a piece of it too, hitting the John McMillan Sr., sending him back up into John McMillan Jr.
And I really think Jeff Merck did not want to see that caution as he just assumed the lead on them fresh tires. They all are pretty much pitting now.
Possibly topping off with fuel there. That's going to put Jeff Merck back in the 6th spot again.
is correct. Joey Doucette stayed out here, so 23 spots in second.
Yes, Lucas Hoitzma, Joey Doucette, Chris Gones, Drew Prohl, and Jason Clark all stayed out on this cycle of stops.
Something else to look at is, the fresh tires are different. These fresh tires they just put on, they have no heat in them. The fresher tires that the other drivers had there that are about, 8 laps older now, have heat in them, so they could equal out pretty well.
Well, it looks like Jeff Mert took fuel only, Dakota Camper fuel only. Looks like Mert, Camper, Osmer, and Goodell took fuel only, and from there, from Mark True in 10th on back to 17th of John McMillan Jr., all took fresh tires.
Maybe tires is not a big issue tonight. Well, some of these drivers like Chris Gones or Drew Prohl, they could be on 2 tires from the last stop.
We're waiting for the lights to go out on the pace car to double them back up here.
Just a little over halfway. A whole lot of racing left, and we're tightening it all back up again.
And Justin, do you have an update on the track temp here tonight?
Track temperature's actually cooled off about 10 degrees since the start of this thing, so it's getting a little bit cooler out there.
As we see right there in turn 1, a little bit of shade is being cast onto the track. Sun's starting to set.
Could be why a lot of these drivers are only taking fuel or maybe 2 tires.
As they are double back up here again. Going green this time by.
Really, again, Jeff Merck is in the prime position, and he doesn't have as much further to go as he did last time. He's restarting in 6th now with the precious tires, so if he can keep doing that the length of this event, he's going to be up there at the end, and he's going to probably win this thing.
Pace car makes that hard left turn. Green flag is back out once again here at Texas. Lucas Hoitzma with a huge jump.
I think Hoitzma just caught everyone off guard on that one.
That's what it seems to be like. But look who's already up to the 3rd spot there, the 60 of Jeff Mert.
That's those fresh tires.
Yeah, pushing the 44 of Chris Gones down the backstretch here. We're going to catch Hoitzma with a head of steam.
I just wonder if the fresh tires is going to allow Jeff to actually pull out, to an extensive lead, because we haven't seen that all night.
That's a good question. We'll have to find out once he gets by here.
Ronnie Osmer there in that 4th position. He's got fresh tires as well. Is there in a hornet's nest right behind him, almost 3 wide, one in the wall.
As Jeff Mert makes a pass for the lead, going to clear Hoitzma here in turn 3.
That 73 of Mark True about to kiss the wall a little bit there out of turn 2.
Major hornet's nest right there. You're right.
And this might be the closest we've seen the top 20 cars together all night.
Oh, as we have a
Really?
car hard in the wall. Looked like it was the 7 of Josh Anderson hitting the wall pretty hard out of the exit of turn 2.
3 wide here with Camper and Matson.
Three wide once again.
Camper slides up a little bit there. Calls that top lane to check up a little bit.
Oh, the 78 with a huge run on the 44 of Gones. Gones almost come down on the 78 of Daniel Stein.
Really, the most surprising thing to me right now is Lucas Hoytsma on almost 30 lap old tires. Really putting work in trying to get right back around Jeff Merck, whose tires are 20 laps fresher.
As Dakota Camper finds himself in the middle of a 3 wide situation again. Like they're going to settle that back out.
I don't see anyone. Oh, it gets really tight. They're off the corner with Ronnie Osmer and Dustin Matson. Just 3 wide here. Nope. Check up a little bit.
78 of Daniel Stein shoving the 6 of Matson through the turns 3 and 4.
Joey Doucette doing a great job there in that number 11, holding his ground.
As he makes a pass for the second spot there underneath Hoytsma.
23 spots now. He's got a little bit older tires than Jeff.
They're 3 wide.
For second.
Oh, a little bit of contact. Oh, Hoytsma hard in the wall. Hoytsma badly damaged.
It's not what he wants to see either, because there's no caution going to come out for that, as it's one car.
As he comes down pit road, loads of damage on that 97 car, especially on the right front.
I think if he can get there and do his fast repair real quick, he might can get back out there and only lose a lap.
See if he has a fast repair left here. He does use this fast repair, so he's going to come back out on the track at least 1 lap down.
Should have never talked about it.
I know, that broadcaster's curse jumps out and bites another.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
I didn't either. But we learn something new every day.
Often, it's insane.
Jeff Merck, still your leader, with Bill Stringfellow close behind. And they've stretched out almost a full second over third place, the 78 of Daniel Stein.
And there's still a hornet's nest back here from about 5th on back. Justin Michael trying to make a run now underneath the 73, pulling up to the back bumper of the 11 of Joey Doucette. He's trying to work his way through this traffic here and get to the leaders.
Yeah, try to get to the leaders to unlap himself, making some very aggressive moves, as you've seen right there, slicing and dicing through this field. Right now, currently running right behind the 6th spot as he's making a pass on the 6th place car. That's not for position.
He's the first car a lap down, so he's definitely not out of this thing. He'd love to see another yellow flag right now.
As we see, there's now a 3rd car in this battle for the lead. 78 of Daniel Stein. Haven't talked very much about him tonight. Running right there in the 3rd spot as Bill Stringfellow was able to get around Jeff Merck.
Yeah, the fresh tires have really taken over the whole top 10 now. Joey Doucette has the oldest tires there, sitting in 6th.
Dustin Madsen with quite a bit of damage to the left side of his car. Trying to figure out where that came from. That's a lot of damage there.
Yeah, I think we got a sleeper here in this 78. This came out of nowhere. About to make a move on Stringfellow for the lead. Shout out to Bill Stringfellow.
Looks like Stein's not going to be able to clear Merck this lap, this time by. Still trying to hold on there. He's going to tuck back in line, try to get another run at it. As we've completed 81 laps.
Saw Stringfellow early on in the race T-bone a car right in the door, and he got back out there with his faster pair. Now he's leading this thing.
We'll see Josh Anderson on pit road right now, currently 4 laps down. These top 3 have really separated themselves from the field right now, about 2.5 seconds ahead of 4th place, Andrew Rattel, who's leading a little bit of a hornet's nest here behind Justin Michael, who's a lap down.
The top 3 really done a great job of separating themselves there. It's going to be hard for, to pass right there with 3 cars like that.
Absolutely.
You don't have as much air as that whole pack back there.
As we're watching Dakota Camper and Jonathan Cogswell making a pass on the 11 of Joey Doucette. 73 of Mark True is going to follow along with that. Joey Doucette falling like a brick right now.
I think Justin Michael's pulling that pack up there a little bit closer to these guys.
Yes, he is. Trying his best to lead that group of 4 to 5 cars. Feel like they need to be a little bit better organized, though. As you see, they're a little spread out. If we go up here to the top 3, they're a little bit closer together. Maybe not at this exact moment, but typically they're nose to tail, really getting some good runs.
They've cut it about 2/10 last lap. So they're still gaining time. They're definitely going to catch these front 3 here in probably about 5 laps or so.
Now, if we notice, these guys were able to run about 40 to 45 laps. Some of them 50 laps on a full tank of fuel. And the last pit stop was lap 64. We'll just say lap 65. So be looking for them to come down here in about 10 to 15 laps. As we see Jeff Merck going to the inside of Bill Stringfellow there. Daniel Stein trying to figure out which one to go with.
Stein's really got to pick the right one right now. It looks like the bottom. He wants to work his way around both of them to get the lead.
And all this is doing right now is allowing that second pack to catch them. And catch them in a hurry, as they've cut down almost a full second in just a lap and a half. With these 3 cars running side by side like they are. You see that second pack coming to the frame there.
Yeah, they caught him quicker than what I said. I said 5 laps. I think it's been, what, 3?
2 or 3, yeah.
That'd be crazy if Justin Michael unlapped himself and won this thing.
That would definitely be a storyline that we'll have to watch for. As that second pack is there now. Let's ride along with Justin Michael. Because he's looking on the inside of the 78 of Daniel Stein, looking to unlap himself.
Yeah, this lead just got a whole lot bigger of a battle. You got 7 cars right now. I don't think, even if Michael can get around these cars, I just don't see how he's going to pull away. Because no one has.
I don't know if he can, but if he can get up there and stay in front of them, that's going to allow him to pit with the leaders and allow him to possibly gain some positions with some pit strategy. As he's going to pass the leader right now, the 83 of Bill Stringfellow, to unlap himself.
If I'm routing Osmer, I'm going with Justin Michael because he's flying right now.
Absolutely, and look how this is shaking up the battle for the lead. Jeff Merck is going to follow Justin Michael to take the lead. But look who's right there in third now. Andrew Rattel in that 5 green machine right there. Haven't talked much about him tonight. Really looking strong right now after finally catching this lead pack.
Yeah, right now it's anyone's race from 1st to 7th. John McMillan Jr., after everything he's been through tonight, he still has a chance at this thing right there in this lead pack.
As we're approaching 30 laps to go tonight. Justin Michael actually able to distance himself a little bit as that caution comes out.
That is critical right there for Justin Michael and
yes, it is.
Everyone else, because that takes out a pretty much speeding on pit road. You don't have to check up or none of that stuff.
Justin Michael, the really lucky person on this benefactor of this caution.
It's like Drew Prohl, he's got an engine down there.
Yeah, we're going to have to go back and see what happened with Drew Prohl. Go check it out and see what happened. See the 89 or the 89 machine right here.
Oh.
Let's see how it goes down. He's going off into turn 1 right here behind the 19 of Jason Clark.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I've had that happen to myself right there.
Out of the corner. Looks like he has a huge run on the 19. Comes up. Oh, he just gets a piece of the wall and it shoots him down hard into the inside wall. Major contact. That's that turn 2 that we talked about in the pre-race. About it just jumping out and getting you.
Once you hit that wall going 160 mile an hour, people are like, hold it up there. There's no way you can hold it up there.
Jeff Merck gonna win the race off of pit road here. His pit stop time was a little over 10 seconds, so maybe 2 tires. Looks like everyone else behind him took 4.
I think he might have took 2 tires. That could really hurt him. He's been solid all night. Wave rounds up here. Dustin Madsen, Matt Crockett gonna get a wave around.
Matt Crockett trying to get 1 of 3 laps back. He's down here tonight. like we said at the beginning of this, after he was involved in that first incident, it's another tough night for that 15 car there. Just not being able to catch a break this season. Hoytsma coming back down pit road. Possible speeding penalty? Or maybe just topping it back off with fuel to make it to the end here. Taking tires. Coming around to the left side goes up. Drop the jack and he's off with a 14.8 second stop. Like he may be playing the long game here. Now, if I'm correct, all these drivers, the top, I would say top 20 drivers are good to the end. And for those of you tuning in, we appreciate you stopping by and watching tonight here on the Full Send Broadcast Network, showing you the Southern Excitement Racing League Next Gen Series here from the Lone Star State at Texas Motor Speedway. Been a good one so far. Tensions are starting to ramp up here as we're approaching about 28 laps remaining.
Yeah, really for me, it's the sleepers right now. Daniel Stein and Andrew Rattel. We haven't talked really much about them all night. They've hung out there in the top 4 now.
Oh, and look who's back up here in the top 10. That 51 machine of John McMillan Jr. back up here towards the front after having a disappointing spin there from the lead. Worked his way back up here under these cautions and pit strategy to get back up to the front.
Yeah, I'm going to have my eye on Justin Michael as well now, back on the lead lap there. He's got a lot of traffic to get through.
Yeah, Justin Michael going to be restarting in the 15th or 16th spot, looks like.
Yeah, we just seen him do it once. Let's see if he can do it again. He's got about 27 laps here left.
Lights are out on the pace car. We're going green this time by. You see the field doubled up, ready to go. Chomping at that bit.
I think it's going to get wild right here. You're going to see some 3 wide, 4 wide, maybe action.
Pace car pulls down. Green flag is out. Jeff Merck with a great start there.
A bit of checkup back there in the middle around 10th. Single file it out a lot.
Yeah, majority of the field is single file as Bill Stringfellow going for the lead right now. The inside of Jeff Merck. Daniel Stein going to go with Stringfellow.
Yeah, Andrew Rattel hanging right on the back bumper of Daniel Stein, and these 2 trucks have worked their way up through the field all night, and I think they want a piece of that lead.
Daniel Stein with a huge run to the outside of Stringfellow, trying to take that lead. Andrew Rattel trying to figure out who to go with. Stein side drafting Stringfellow, trying to slow him up.
There's Dakota Camper as well, working his way back up. 5th position on the bottom there in that number 3.
Stein got hung out to dry, falling back. Jeff Merck's going to catch him.
If you look just right at the back of this pack on the bottom, there's Justin Michael. He's coming. It's like a shark in the water.
Yeah, he's a man on a mission right there in that 87 machine. We have a little hornet's nest here, 2 wide. We have Matt Crockett back on pit road.
With this type of racing, I think we're going to see a battle at the line to end this thing, or a last lap, last turn incident, pass type of thing.
As we have some cars get down on that grass a little bit. Daniel Stein trying to hold his own up there with Jeff Mert behind him. Guys are 2 by 2 from second on back.
Yeah, really, anyone in this lead pack right here can still win this thing.
Oh, 3 wide. Daniel Stein has to go high a little bit. Falling back hard right now. Looks like he's going to find him a place in line right there, right around the ninth position. Is Justin Michael. Huge move. Taking it 3 wide to the low side. Oh, they have a little bit of contact.
Oh, wow.
Aggressive move.
There's some words going to be said there.
This has turned into a huge hornet's nest up here. Justin
Michael going to send it 3 wide again.
Yes, he is. Backs out of it a little bit.
Dakota Camper done crept up there to that 3rd spot.
We're keeping an eye on Justin Michael here for a minute. Seeing if he's going to keep with the aggressiveness or if he's going to slow it down a little bit. Not by any means as he goes low, and they make a little bit of contact. Oh, huge wreck. 38 of Matt Goodell.
It's 2 incidents there with Michael.
We're going to have to go back and look at that and see what happened as the caution has come out. Matt Goodell looked like he came down to show his displeasure with the 87, and that just caused a chain reaction of him bouncing up into the 73 of Mark True. See how that played out. Oh, Justin Michael actually come up a little bit. That's what sent the 38. Let's go right along with Joey Doucette, who was right behind all of that.
This has really been a wild race here in Texas.
We're riding along with Joey Doucette right now in the 11 car. You're looking out the windshield at the 87 of Justin Michael, the 38 of Matt Goodell, and the 73 of Mark True. It does appear that the 38 came down onto the 87, but the 87 was not giving him any room. We'll have to see post-race if there's any words exchanged between the two. That does just look like a racing incident of fighting for the same real estate.
Yeah, I think Michael's got a little bit of damage there. He's going to bring it down pit road. Now, really, tonight, we haven't seen one driver dominate. Has that surprised you?
Not really with this package. It's been kind of super speedway racing for the most part.
It's like if you're there, man, you got a chance to win it at the end if you're in that top pack.
We see Justin Michael come down pit road, get a little bit of damage work done. Right now, Bill Stringfellow is still your leader over Angel Rattel in the 5 and Dakota Camper in the 3.
The racing's going to get a lot more tighter here as it's starting to wind down really here to the end. You gotta watch out for that 51 back there in the 6. He's been mired all day by incidents, and he's got a clean car right now. He's back up there. He was the pole sitter.
Has a little bit of damage on that car, but still looking fast to be up here amongst all these guys.
Back here too for Michael, Hoytsma, and Goodell. They're all on fresher tires back in about 17th, 18th, and 19th. They're still about, say we go green, about 14 to go. It's going to be tight for them to work their way back up to the front, but they could definitely get the top 10.
Absolutely, and I actually wouldn't be surprised to see some of these guys get real aggressive and start to make their way up there, like the 87, the 97, the 38 of Goodell. They got really fast cars, but the only downfall is they're out of fast repairs.
I don't think that 60's done either for giving this thing a shot here at the end. Sitting there in 5th, Jeff Merck in that 60.
Lights go out on the pace car. They're going to stack them back up and try this again. We're going to go green with about 15 laps to go in this race.
Down there in that 78, still up 12 spots. He was up there fighting for the lead. He's looking to get right back up there again. They tightened it all back up right here for all these drivers. It's about to get real exciting.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait. The intensity really ramping up here tonight.
And the last time we came here in Texas, it was wild. There was a lot of controversy happening on the track and frustrated drivers at the end of the thing. And there's been a little controversy tonight, maybe, but don't really have access to what the drivers are saying, but you can imagine some of them's thoughts.
Pace car makes that hard left turn. Green flag is back out. We're racing once again here in the Lone Star State. Stringfellow with a good restart there. 55 of Osmer all over the back bumper of Andrew Rattel. Constantly shoving through the corner and straightaway here. Gonna have a huge run.
55's on a mission right now. There's John McMillan Jr. They're on the top with Ronnie Osmer. Let's see if they can get a good run going together. McMillan Jr. really looking to get back to the front. Hasn't been there since he sat on the pole.
Yeah, after he got spun there early in this race. We look right back here. Joey Doucette 3 wide for the moment. This battle for the lead is heating up.
You know, a lot of people don't like pack racing like this, but I think it's just way more exciting than single file, no draft package racing.
It is very exciting, but frustrating as a driver. As we take a look here on the overlay of the fastest time of the race, right now Justin Michael has the fastest lap time of this race so far with a 29.55.
Still really mired back there in position in that 87. I think he's got a little bit of damage he couldn't fix. But Lucas Hoytsma in that 97 has moved up about 5 spots here on the restart, up to 13th on them pressure tires.
And it looks like 186 miles an hour is the fastest anybody has gone here tonight. That's going to be Jonathan Cogswell. As I say that, Dustin Matson goes 188. Daniel Stein 189. Ronnie Osmer 191 miles an hour. And that was just updated since this last lap.
I'm watching that 97. He's trying to reel in that front pack right now. He's on a mission. I think once he catches him, he can possibly work his way up there to the lead. There's a little bit of time left in this thing.
Don McMillan Jr. back here fighting hard against Jeff Merck in the 60. Get back there in the top 5. Oh, huge wreck! Huge wreck! Lots of cars, lots of good cars involved in that. Holy cow, that was a huge one.
That is devastating.
Let's go back and see what started that. We're following along with the 11 of Joey Doucette here. We know he was involved as they come out of turn 2 here. Lots of good cars involved in that.
Was it the accordion? Oh, no.
Ooh, don't know exactly what happened just yet. Looks like the 70. Oh, my gosh. Just some really close 3-wide racing. Lucas Hoytsma got a huge chunk of that. Justin Michael, big chunk. Holy cow, the 38 of... I believe the 38 got a piece of that.
Looks like the 11 just barely, his left front touched that flat part of the apron there.
Holy cow.
Oh, and the 27.
Let's go right along with Justin Michael on that.
He's having a great run all night, all those drivers.
Riding along with Justin Michael in the 87, looking at this wreck. See it happen right there. He's hard on the brakes. Huge impact on the back of the 27. I believe that was of Cogswell. Tough break for a lot of these drivers.
Daniel Stein, he was running so good tonight.
A lot of these guys had no fast repairs left.
Man.
You see Justin Michael sitting on pit road with no hood or front bumper. He's out of a fast repair. Joey Doucette out of a fast repair. Jonathan Cogswell out of a fast repair. And Daniel Stein out of a fast repair.
Yeah, right now in the perfect position is that 97 and 38 sitting 9th and 10th. Freshest tires if no one pits here. We're going to go green probably with what? 5 laps to go.
Roughly, yeah. And the intensity is definitely ratcheting up here tonight. As the sun sets, the tempers are coming out. Bill Stringfellow is still your leader right now. Holy cow, that took a lot of good cars out of this race.
Yeah, it took a lot of people out. You got someone who we haven't really talked about all night, Eli Raposa, there in that 46 machine, sitting 7 plus 17 spots. He's looking for a chance to win this thing here. It's going to wind down with about 5 to go.
Absolutely, yeah. Eli Raposa in the 46 is your biggest mover of the race so far. Up 17 spots, like you said. Andrew Rattel up 14, up to fourth position. And your leader, Bill Stringfellow, is up 11 from the start of this race. Isaac Singleton sitting there in the top 10 back in 9th. He's or 10th. He's up 11 spots.
And it looked like that wreck just took Justin Michael out of the race. His night is done in that 87 machine.
Yeah, that took a lot of great cars out. Matt Goodell in the 38, Justin Michael in the 87, the 27 of Jonathan Cogswell, and the 78 of Daniel Stein, and the 11 of Joey Doucette, all with heavy, heavy damage. Their chances of winning tonight are well gone. Tough break for all those drivers who were very, very fast all night long. We're going to be going green with 5 laps to go.
I don't know if the garage is closed yet. It's about to ramp up right here at Texas.
Putting on a fantastic show here tonight. For those of you watching, as the pace car pulls off, go back here to the flag stand.
Really close here on the
Green
start.
flag is back out. Stringfellow with a great start. 2 by 2 for 2 rows deep right behind Stringfellow. Dakota Camper taking advantage of that, moving up to the 2nd spot.
Jeff Merck right behind him, following along.
Dakota Camper to the inside of Stringfellow, going for the lead.
Osmer's got a great run there on that high side. He's going to look to dive down, maybe try to go in between these guys. He's going to try to send it here.
Major aggression right now. Camper defensive. Stringfellow getting a huge side draft on the 55 of Osmer. 3 wide. They're gonna figure that out really quickly there.
Was that 5 machine, that number 5 of Andrew Attell there on the back bumper, Stringfellow? Got 3 laps to go here at Texas Motor Speedway.
Stringfellow gonna get hung out to dry here.
Oh, it looks like he's got a huge run there on the outside, really by himself.
Yeah, it's really surprising. We haven't seen anyone really be able to hold their own out there all night tonight.
Comes Osper. Let's see if Osper can get him back up there. Ooh, a little bit loose there in the center for Stringfellow. As Merck's right on the door. Osper
Oh, a little bit of contact. These guys are really duking it out here for every opportunity they can to try to get this race win. Oh, it's the 51. McMillan Jr. hard in the wall.
Coming up here on 1 to go. Andrew Patel trying to play spoiler there in that 5 machine.
White flag is out here tonight. Next flag ends it. Andrew Rattel to the high side of Dakota Camper, trying to steal this one here tonight. Jeff Mark in the 60 saying, oh, a little bit of contact there. That's going to slow up Rattel. Camper blocking.
It's going to give Jeff Burke a huge run there on the bottom.
Contact. 55 is around. Dakota Camper trying to hold him off. He's going to hold him. Dakota Camper is your winner. Holy cow, what a finish.
Well, Jeff Merck barely lost 3rd place there, podium going through the infield grass.
Holy cow. Dakota Camper blocking for his life right there. pulling off his first win of the season. Gonna burn it down here for the fans watching tonight.
Hey, I've been picking Camper to win, and the one night I don't, he wins.
Holy cow.
Really
Burn
great job there by
down.
Andrew Riddell too, man. 16 spots.
What a finish. Holy cow. Let's go back through and see if
They
we
were
can.
racing like it was for $1 million there at the end of that thing.
Yes, they were. Let's go back and look at the white flag here. As we see, let's go follow along with 55 here with Ronnie Osmer. We've seen him get spun on the white flag lap. Looks like he tried to come down in front of that machine right there. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Major wreck, and the 19's come across on his roof.
Dakota Camper finishing up his Kawiki lap right now. Celebrating this
Holy
thing.
cow. We go back live watching your leader here. Still burning it down. So excited for his first win here this season. Well, let's show you the official finishing order here tonight in the Southern Excitement Racing League from Texas Motor Speedway. Your winner, Dakota Camper, bringing it home. In second, Andrew Rittell. Third was Dustin Matson. Fourth, Jeff Merck. Fifth, Lucas Hoitzma.
Bill Stringfellow 6th, Drew Prohl 7th, Chris Goins 8th, your pole sitter John McMillan 9th, Eli Raposa up 14 spots there in 10th.
And 11th was Isaac Singleton. 12th, Christopher Howell. 13th, Ronnie Osmer. Jason Clark bringing it in 14th, and 15th, Matt Crockett.
16th, Jonathan Cogswell. 17th, Matt Goodell. 18th, Justin Michael. 19th, Mark True. Daniel Stein bringing it home 20th.
In 21st, Joey Doucette. 22nd, Josh Anderson. 23rd, John McMillan Sr. 24th, Marshall James Jr. And rounding out your field is Blake Giglio in 25th. And that's your official finishing order here tonight in the Southern Excitement Racing League. Let's get to some interviews here. Let's bring in Dustin Matson.
Hey, Dustin, got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, walk us through the final few laps of that race there, bringing it home third for you.
No, man, that was chaos. That was a little bit of a recovery drive for me because I had a little bit of an adventure earlier in the race and had to save the car. Almost got wrecked, and so I was kind of buried back there for a little bit, and actually kind of got trapped lap down there on one of those cautions because I pit right before that flag flew. So I basically spent that last 30 laps trying to, nickel and dime my way back to the front there.
Yeah, looked like you had a little bit of issues there throughout the race with some contact with some other drivers. Were there any tempers flaring out there tonight?
Nah, I still got to go back and look at some of the stuff just to see what happened. Just to make sure, I'm not sure if things were my fault or not, but nah, it's all good. We're just, this whole series is about kind of learning a new car, so mistakes are going to be made. So, and I've been making a ton of them, so it's no big deal.
Absolutely. I'm going to turn it over to Justin for a couple questions.
Yeah, how do you like the package of these new cars, and how does it help you?
Um, I don't know that I do yet. They kind of drive like an Indy car a little bit. It's just, you hold it wide open and you basically try to put your car in a situation where you're not getting aero tight. And I mean, at least at Texas with the funky turn 1 and 2, you had to kind of lift off. So you couldn't just hold it wide open around that corner, but it was pretty much wide open everywhere else. So, um, if we had had a little bit more like green flag runs and could have gotten strung out a little bit, I think the right front tire would have mattered a little bit more. But because we had a few cautions there, it was all about hot lapping in the short runs there.
Yeah,
And
looking forward to next week. Where are we headed next week?
Watkins Glen, I believe.
Yeah, Watkins Glen. Are you looking forward to going there to the first road course of the season?
Yeah, it should be fun. I mean, this car can be tricky to drive on a road course, but it just feels a little bit more planted than the last generation Cup car. It kind of feels like it was made to kind of turn left and right a little bit more. So it's gonna be cool. Kind of just banging gears on the sequential box and trying to get around that place. So it should be fun.
All right. Well, you have any sponsor plugs or shout outs you want to get out there?
Yeah, just shout out to the league for putting another series on, and shout out to you guys for broadcasting. And I think we got some new sponsors that'll be joining us next year. So thank them for joining, and I'm sure they'll get plenty of shout outs soon as well. So and then obviously just for Dakota and the guys that own this league for putting everything on.
Absolutely. Much appreciated. And once again, congrats on the third place finish. And maybe we'll get to talk to you next week after the Glen.
All righty, we'll see you later. Thank you.
Thank you. That was Dustin Matson, your third place finisher tonight, bringing it home third after an exciting closing laps there. Let's bring in our second place finisher tonight. That's going to be Andrew Rattel, up 16 spots from the start of this race. First time we've gotten to talk to him this season. Hey there, Andrew Rattel. You got a copy?
Got you.
Hey, man, walk us through how that race went for you tonight, bringing it home second.
That was pretty wild, for sure. I didn't really expect much, and ended up in the podium, so
Yeah,
pretty good.
Yeah, that last lap definitely looked exciting. Getting a lot of shoves.
Right now.
I know. I don't know how I didn't wreck. I was like completely sideways at one point. I think it was like 2 to go. That 60 car was pushing me pretty good.
Yeah, we were watching the wheels on the front of your car, and they were definitely going to the right quite a bit there, especially on the white flag.
Oh yeah.
You think at any point you wasn't going to get up there and get at least a top 5?
Oh, I didn't think so at all at the start of the race. I didn't even practice, so it turned out pretty good. Really,
All right.
I was hoping I was going to win. I mean, I had a huge run on the backstretch, and Dakota blocked it, so wasn't much else I could do.
Yeah, there was definitely some aggressive blocking going on. Were there any feathers got ruffled right around you any time tonight?
The lap 1 crash, I missed it by a hair. That was about it. I mean, all the other crashes were kind of behind me. But yeah, I kept getting hit in the door a lot. That was pretty interesting, but that's about it.
Well, Justin, you have any questions for Andrew?
Yeah, tell us a little bit of like the strategy you had to pull off. You made up 16 spots tonight from where you started, like to just stay up there at the end and give yourself a chance there to win this thing.
So my strategy was actually terrible because on the first green flag pit stop, I forgot to take tires, and I lost a ton of time in spots, and then I got lucky with a caution. So pretty much my strategy was luck.
So did you ever really have any extensive damage tonight? You kind of really got through every accident pretty well?
Oh yeah, I didn't even take my fast repair at all, so kept it pretty clean. I got a 0x2.
Nice.
That's good.
Some bonus points.
Well, looking forward to next week. Y'all going to be going to Watkins Glen. How do you feel about going out there to the first road course of the season?
Oh, I can't wait. I love road courses. I'm not very fast, so I probably won't come anything close to winning, but I enjoy them a lot.
All right. Well, you have any shout outs or sponsor plugs you want to get out there?
I got Dairy Queen and all my friends and family watching my Twitch stream. Pretty fun. Yeah, that's about it.
All right. Well, once again, congrats on the runner-up spot there. Thought you had it there for a moment. Maybe we'll get to talk to you again next week after the Glen.
Yeah, sure hope so.
Have a good night.
You too.
That's Andrew Rattel, your runner-up finisher here tonight in the Southern Excitement Racing League Next Gen Series from Texas Motor Speedway. Let's get your race winner in here, and also one of the league owners. Let's get Mr. Dakota Camper in here. Hey there, Dakota Camper. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, congratulations on that first win this season. I know you've been looking for it for a while. Walk us through how that race went for you.
Yeah, it was just trying to stay up front with these next gens. It seems to be, a lot of trouble in the back, so just trying to stay up front. Of course, there early, the 87 and the 51 got together right in front of me. They were first and second, and I was third, so had to avoid that one. But, yeah, there was still had a set of tires. I had saved an extra set, but I didn't know if I would need it or not. So just used the best strategy I could to get up there top 3 on that last restart and set sail.
Yeah, you definitely looked fast all night long. That was some pretty aggressive blocking, especially on that white flag lap. Walk us through that a little bit.
Well, on the restart, my teammate Bill was in front of me, and I got a great restart. He kind of gapped me going into the backstretch out of 2, and run him down and just dove it into 3, got to the inside of him, and that's what got me the lead. And then, last lap, you got to do what you got to do to win. Andrew got a big run out of turn 2. He had sent it in on the outside of me, and got a good run through the corner. And then on exit, I think he got a bump, and he went to the inside, and I blocked the crap out of him. But that's what it takes to win in these things. You got to do it.
All right, well, I'm going to turn it over to Justin for a couple of questions.
All right, I'm going to be a little bit more boring. Talk to us a little bit about the tire wear tonight and how, if 2 tires helped at all.
I don't know who all took tires. The only person I know that took 2 was Jeff Merck there on that last run. He said it loosened the car up quite a bit. So I don't know how it helped him, but I know older tires, it was definitely pushing, especially out of 2. You were heading up to that outside wall. You had to really take care of your stuff into 1 and through 2. Of course, 3 was old tires, new tires was wide open. But you definitely get tight out of 2 on the older the tires got.
Well,
go ahead.
What
do you think you got there at Watkins Glen next week?
I'm not sure. It's one of my better road courses. I haven't run it much in this next gen, so I'm gonna have to practice the shifting with the sequentials. Maybe move to the paddles for next week's race. But yeah, it should be fun. I like Watkins Glen. I'm hoping to get at least the top 5, but I'm not the best road racer. I'd say Bill Stringfellow or Ronnie Osmer will be the top 2 next week.
Yeah, 5 gear is definitely going to be a little bit different there.
Oh, yeah.
Well, once again, congrats on your race win, bringing it home for the first time this season and taking home that checkered flag. We noticed you were pretty excited about it from the burnout you were doing. You have any shout outs or sponsor plugs you want to get out there?
Yeah, it's been a lot of top 5s. I've had a truckload of top 5s in the Truck Series and the Cup Series, and to get that win was certainly awesome. But yeah, I want to give a big shout out to Unchained Motorcycle Ministry. They do phenomenal things. We got to ride around in the Christmas parade last night with a group of great people. It was a lot of fun. I just want to give a big shout out to Jeremy and Chastity Monk, who run that organization. They do a fantastic job. And of course, Sim Racer Hub, got to give them a shout out, and all my fellow admins and some great clean racers up front. I think there was several of us up front that had a 0X. So a lot of great racers, had a lot of fun tonight, and hope to keep doing it for the rest of the season.
Absolutely. And once again, congrats on the race win, bringing home the checkered flag. And maybe we'll get to talk to you again next week after Watkins Glen.
Hey, I sure hope so.
All right. Well, you have yourself a good night, and we'll see you next week.
Y'all too.
And that's your race winner, Dakota Camper, bringing it home for the first time this season. Finally collecting that checkered flag after having all those podiums and top fives, like he said. Let's walk you through the finishing order one more time here. Your race winners, Dakota Camper, Andrew Rattel bringing it home second. Third was Dustin Matson. Fourth, Jeff Merck and Lucas Hoitzman, fifth.
Bill Stringfellow 6th, Drew Pearl 7th, Chris Goins 8th, John McMillan Jr. 9th, Eli Raposa 10th.
And 11th, you had Isaac Singleton. 12th, Christopher Howell. Ronnie Osmer bringing it home 13th. 14th, Jason Clark. And 15th, Matt Crockett.
Jonathan Cogswell 16th, Matt Goodell 17th, Justin Michael 18th, Mark True 19th, Daniel Stein 20th.
21st, Joey Doucette. 22nd, Josh Anderson. 23rd was John McMillan Sr., Marshall James Jr. in 24th, and rounding out the field in 25th was Blake Giglio. And that's your official finishing order here tonight from Texas Motor Speedway for the Southern Excitement Racing League Next Gen Series. Next week, we're headed to Watkins Glen in upstate New York for the first road course of the season. Sure to be an exciting one. For Full Send Broadcast Network and Justin, I'm Jacob signing off here tonight. We'll see you next week.